When Caitlin Clark received an offer to play in Europe, the WNBA promptly closed the deal, refusing to allow her to travel and compete in the Euro League since she has a fever.
Y'all gotta see this. So Caitlin Clark just quit the WNBA. I mean, this is just insane. And people are saying that she's doing this because her team was so bad in the playoffs that she's just fed up.
Throughout the year, the WNBA has treated its biggest star poorly. But now, as the league pays more, players are moving to Europe. But Caitlin isn't allowed. You have a star on your hands, and now you want to keep her in your terrible league and target her for another 4 years. Due to the WNBA's inadequate compensation, Lissa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell have already left the country to play in China. Now that Caitlin wants to consider her choices and a league is waiting for her that will genuinely treat her with some respect, the WNBA says no, it's a disgrace.
Caitlin Clark has a bullseye on her back every single game. You must stop her. I don't think you look at Chicago and go, boy, if we stop Angel Reese, we're going to win.
Since Caitlin left the playoffs, the WNBA has discovered that they have lost a sizable portion of their viewership, and if she leaves the league, it will be even worse. The abuse she has been subjected to has been unjust to all players, much less your star player who has had the biggest impact on the league.
They also need to, I don't know if an apology is warranted to Caitlin Clark or they just need to, in general, do better.
According to recent allegations, the WNBA is threatening to ban one of its biggest talents, Caitlin Clark, if she agrees to sign a deal to play in Europe. The controversy surrounding the league is now making waves in the sports world. Fans and observers are in disbelief over this stunning move, which places Clark, one of the most dynamic and gifted players in women's basketball, in a precarious situation where she may have to decide between pursuing new opportunities overseas or extending her WNBA career. Let's examine the specifics of this developing circumstance.
How's it feel? Do you care?
There was a lot of enthusiasm surrounding her debut into professional basketball when she joined the WNBA. Clark currently has a contract with the Indiana Fever that supposedly keeps her with the team for an additional 4 years, but things have recently taken a surprising turn. According to rumors, Caitlin Clark has received a sizable offer from the Euro League, Europe's top professional basketball league, now that the WNBA season is over. According to reports, Clark has been considering her choices, and playing abroad has emerged as an alluring possibility. This possible relocation has generated a lot of conjecture around her next professional move.
Caitlin is amazing in and of herself. She's an incredible basketball player. I think I can say that she's great, and I can say that there are 143 women that helped get the league to this place that she could take it over the top, and it's okay. Like, that's not an affront to anybody.
According to reports, the WNBA has adopted an uncompromising stance in response to these speculations, warning Caitlin Clark that she will be suspended from the league if she relocates to Europe and accepts the offer from the Euro League. Let that sink in. One of the league's biggest stars is being informed that the WNBA would prefer to lose her completely than give her the opportunity to look into other options overseas. The WNBA cites Clark's current contract with the Indiana Fever, which is reportedly set to expire in 4 more years, as justification for this decision, stating that she must complete this contract before even considering playing in another league. You might be wondering how Caitlin handled this. She played a game of golf with Lexi Hall, another sport she strives to be the best at, and you might be wondering if a league would really be willing to threaten one of its best players with such dire consequences just for looking into opportunities to advance her career.
Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Caitlin! Right from the bench, she's allowed! Caitlin!
The fact that the WNBA now seems to recognize Caitlin Clark's enormous worth now that she may be looking at other alternatives only serves to highlight how ridiculous this scenario is. It's no secret that Clark has single-handedly brought a massive audience to the WNBA. People tune in specifically to watch Caitlin Clark play. She's a game changer and a star whose presence elevates the entire league. The league quickly threatened to ban her if she moved to Europe. But where was this energy during the playoffs when her team was eliminated and viewership immediately plummeted?
biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA.
The WNBA depends heavily on a small number of players to carry its audience, though, as evidenced by the sharp decline in fan interest and attendance during the remaining games after Clark's team was eliminated from the playoffs. People simply weren't as invested in the postseason without her. Even worse, this isn't the first time the WNBA has mistreated Caitlin Clark. Earlier this season, there was a well-known incident in which another player, Joni Carrington, targeted Clark, causing Clark to sustain a black eye. The incident was obvious, but the league did nothing to address it. It was one of the league's best players being physically assaulted on the court. The WNBA's emphasis on player safety and accountability was seriously called into question by the deafening silence surrounding the incident.
Genuinely looks like the ref have been paid off to try and get Caitlin Clark fouled out. Because first of all, this random girl right here clearly kicked the ball. And then the foul call itself might have been even more ridiculous. I'm still looking for the foul and I can't find it anywhere. So what was the ref looking at? He's probably looking at his bank account as he just received a deposit of $5,000 to rig this game. Whatever this ref is on or whatever he's getting paid needs to be investigated and bro should be banned for life.
However, the abuse of Clark doesn't end there. Despite having a stellar rookie season, Clark was passed over for unanimous Rookie of the Year award by one voter who, probably out of personal bias or some other ulterior motive, voted for Angel Reese instead. This one act of pettiness prevented Clark from joining the select few rookies who have received a unanimous vote for the award, which many saw as an unquestionable moment of injustice, especially given how Clark's season left no doubt about her deservingness of the honor. Additionally, the league's inaction following the Carrington incident left fans incensed and raised concerns about the WNBA's treatment of its rising stars.
Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now, to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
The WNBA is now taking things to a whole new level, attempting to lock down Caitlin Clark because they realized they would lose a significant portion of their fan base without her. Beyond the court, Clark is a cultural icon who has brought much-needed attention to women's basketball. The league is well aware that if they lose her to Europe, their ratings will plummet and their prominence in the sports world may diminish. Clark is more than just another player in the league. She is a phenomenon, a superstar who attracts viewers who might not normally watch WNBA games.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now. And this is just data. This is just objective facts. Be mad with data. Please do not be mad at me.
Let's also think about what this means for Clark's career. At just 22, she has years of basketball ahead of her. The EuroLeague, which is renowned for its elite competition and lucrative contracts, offers her a fantastic opportunity to advance her career on an international stage. Historically, many WNBA players have used playing overseas to supplement their income because the WNBA doesn't offer the same financial rewards as the NBA or European leagues. It feels betraying the league to actively stand in the way of this opportunity, especially since the league has done so little to protect or uplift Caitlin's time in the WNBA. What does Caitlin do? She just enjoys a game of golf like the queen she is.
Is this it? Is this like a, we're good, we're gonna call this a birdie? I don't think so. No! Yes!
That's huge. Great birdie.
Rather of developing her skills and supporting her career advancement, the WNBA appears more concerned with keeping control of one of their most precious assets, based on their actions. The fans perceive this as yet another instance of the WNBA's failure to identify and adequately nurture its best players, and it's a short-sighted move that might have long-term effects for Clark and the league. Basketball's future depends on Caitlin Clark, and the way the league has treated her is just wrong. If the WNBA doesn't alter its position on this matter, they run the possibility of receiving harsh criticism from their own fan base.
Caitlin Clark is coming Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better. I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman, no matter how great you were as a player, Cheryl Swoops, there is no woman who should negate mentioning Caitlin Clark and what Caitlin Clark is doing for the
WNBA should be doing all in its ability to keep their stars happy and make them feel valued and respected instead of threatening them with bans. The league's success is based on its players, and when players feel supported, the league gets stronger. The WNBA should take Caitlin Clark's case as a wake-up call to put its players' needs and goals first, support their development, and make the league an environment where women want to stay and thrive rather than one they feel compelled to play in. In addition to being a WNBA star, Caitlin Clark is a rising cultural figure who has already changed the face of women's basketball. She has attracted more attention to the game than nearly any other player in recent memory, attracting fans with her fascinating play and demeanor. It is impossible to overestimate Clark's influence on the WNBA. Her mere presence has increased the league's viewership and drawn in fans who may not have previously watched women's basketball. She has brought the kind of attention that leagues hope to have, making her more than just a player, but also a vital component of the league's expansion.
The second best player in the country. Either Caitlin Clark or Leah Boston.
However, this is how she is being treated in spite of everything she has done for the league. Where does this leave the WNBA? Clark has been a constant positive POS influence that has helped the league reach new heights, but the league has consistently failed to support her in return. Rather than creating an atmosphere where players can thrive and grow, the league appears more focused on control, ignoring the very people who are driving its success. Unfortunately, Caitlin Clark's only practical choice at this point appears to be remaining in the WNBA and playing for the Indiana Fever until she completes her duties to the team. Despite the fact that playing in Europe could greatly advance her career and income, she is essentially stuck and unable to look for opportunities abroad.
There are very, very few people, but there are some out there who resent the fact that this young white girl came out there and did her thing. Rookie of the Year, 4th in the league for MVP voting, assist leader, one of the top leading scorers after the Olympic Games. She put on a show, validating all the attention she was receiving.
Being denied the ability to choose her own career path is difficult for a player of Clark's skill. She has put in a lot of effort to become one of the most gifted and marketable female basketball stars, and she deserves the freedom to choose her own destiny.
Go, 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 go. Oh. No, 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 no.
This circumstance ought to serve as a warning to the WNBA that they cannot carry on in this way if they hope to keep their stars and expand. Their audience is being treated like royalty. In a league that is still struggling for widespread recognition and growth, threatening and restricting players with skill like Clark would only drive them away, which could be a catastrophic error that results in the loss of both talent and their fan base. Beyond merely points, Caitlin Clark offers the WNBA development potential, excitement, and visibility that they cannot afford to lose.
Leading the WNBA in points generated, which means points scored and or points assisted on. She is leading the league by a significant margin, and she is doing this as a rookie with a Fever team that is not comprised of a bunch of all-stars.
In conclusion, the WNBA is going too far by threatening to ban Caitlin Clark if she accepts a contract offer to play in Europe. The league is trying to keep her under her current contract with the Indiana Fever, knowing full well that her departure would result in a significant loss of viewership and fan engagement. This is a clear example of the WNBA prioritizing control over player autonomy, and fans have noticed that the league is adopting a hardline approach that feels unfair and short-sighted rather than supporting one of their most valuable assets.
I think she's close to bringing maybe on Super Bowl Sunday, so I don't know if I'll get to see it, but I mean, just a tremendous player, tremendous person. I've met with her and talked. You can tell she loves the game. She loves playing at Iowa, and it's gonna be one of the best women's basketball, one of the best college basketball players to ever play, and then go to the WNBA and dominate there as well. Hopefully, I never have to play her one-on-one because she'll for sure be getting buckets on.
From her incredible performances that have attracted new fans to the increased media attention she brings to the league, Caitlin Clark has been nothing short of a game-changer in women's basketball. However, the way the WNBA has treated Clark, whether by letting her get hurt without facing any repercussions, rejecting her for unanimous Rookie of the Year vote, or now threatening to ban her, has been shameful. The league needs to acknowledge the star power they have in Clark and, instead of holding her back, concentrate on helping her reach new heights.
Would you allow Caitlin Clark, if you were her coach, to shoot the way she shoots?
And further back if she wants.
There's no bad shot then for her.
He's like Steph Curry.
Shot. Then for her, he's like Steph Curry. Whether the WNBA realizes it or not, they're at a pivotal point in their history, and if they keep going in this direction of abuse, they risk alienating not only Clark, but also their best players and devoted fan base. Alternatively, they can begin to value and recognize players like Caitlin for the stars, but one thing is certain: fans won't forget how Caitlin Clark has been treated, and neither will she. The WNBA needs to take immediate action before the damage is irreversible. Additionally, subscribe to see more videos today.